Hello guys, it's Cuts Roger here with another video to you guys. Before I start this video off, I would like to say, go subscribe to my friend Strykir GameTime. He deserves all the credit that he can get. He is one of the best people that I personally know. He has taught me a lot about YouTube and everything of those sorts, so I'm giving him a shout out, I guess you could say, even how little my channel is. But anyway, to continue on, the video is about discussing about fan-made games from Nintendo and Sega, and there's a little bit of clips of him playing Sonic Utopia. I'll leave that video in the description with his channel in the description below. But anyway, enjoy the video.
Hey everyone, well, thank you for joining me here on Strykir Game Time. Right now, I am actually doing a quick little discussion video, and I got a couple of friends with me. I got first up is Cosmic Honor Badger. Say hello.
Hello.
And then of course I got Andrethyst. Please tell me I'm pronouncing your name right.
You're not. It's Andrethyst.
Andrethyst. Okay. Andrethyst.
Hi.
I got Andrethyst and Cosmic Honor Badger with me right now, and right now we are discussing mainly something in regards to certain fan-made games that have been coming out, and how it's mainly centered around how certain big-name companies have been going about people who make fan-made games based off of their properties. So first thing, right now the video that I have on the thing right now is from one of the said fan games, which is Sonic Utopia. Now this game I actually really enjoy. Matter of fact, let me ask this real quick. Andrethyst, have you said you haven't really? What's the very first Sonic game you've actually played?
The first Sonic game I played, honestly, the first one or the most recent one?
The first one, like the very first one that you have ever experienced. The very
first Sonic game I ever played was Sonic Adventure 1, and that was at a friend's house.
Okay, so you're not familiar with the original games.
I have seen them played. I'm not familiar with their gameplay mechanics because.
Okay.
With Sonic, I know that it's very momentum based, so it highly depends on how it feels to play it, not just watching it.
Okay, so well, basically what this game is. And Cosmic, you said that the first one you ever played was one of the adventure ones as well, right?
Yeah. No, I played one of the very first ones at my cousin's house, and
what, Sonic 1 and 2?
Yeah, I played the second one.
Oh, okay.
So my brothers have played the very first one, so I'm not really a good background on that, and you know what I mean. You get what?
Okay, so y'all got a pretty basic idea of what the Sonic games are basically about. So what it is that, and now I actually made a gameplay video of me playing through it the first time on my YouTube channel, and I got the link for the download. So if anyone out there want to try to download the video, just hit the link and it'll automatically download it and go from there. Now, basically what they did was they took the original the original style of the games and turned it into a 3D playing. But the cool thing about it is, in my opinion, I think this is probably the best Sonic game I've seen in a while. And it's not even an official Sega game. 4 dudes made this game.
All right, that's always a good effort.
Oh yeah, definitely. And see, the thing is that I don't know if y'all remember those games, those Nintendo-based fan games that came out a little while ago. You know, the Metroid one, the Pokemon one.
That's the exact one I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah, and you remember what happened to those, right?
Yep, I've still got it on my computer because fuck cease and desists. I like good Metroid games.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they put in the effort and they show they actually know what they're doing, they got the talent to do something, don't you think that maybe they would applaud them for making a game rather than forcing them to shut it down?
Well, the way
especially, and see, it'd be different if they were actually charging for the game, but a lot of the games are, oh, come on. All right.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, like I was saying, they should be applauding them for the type of skill. Because, I mean, I saw those guys. I never actually played them, but I saw them, and they looked like really, really good, especially that Metroid one.
Oh, well, I've I haven't beaten AM2R, but I've gotten a good bit through it, and I wouldn't say the mechanics were spot on like you like Super Metroid or Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission.
Uh-huh.
Certainly not the original Metroid, because holy fuck, that game was floaty. But the game was they were super fucking close. It was basically like I was playing another Metroid game of it's like with a very slight difference in just like how Samus feels to like jump around with and things like that. It was super fucking good. If I could, like, I could have sworn it would have been an actual mainline Nintendo game if more for the fact that Nintendo hates Metroid right now. But
Shoot.
when it comes, because you were going to be going on to like, don't you think they should be applauded, right?
Yeah.
The way I see it, I think there are probably two main competing viewpoints on that.
Okay.
Like, you've got Sega's viewpoint. I mean, I know that there was another, like, little... Maybe it's the Sonic Utopia that you were referring to. I think it actually was, because I think I've seen it, like, a small tech demo of it called, like, Green Hill Zone Act 2 or something.
Well, I think that's probably what... Well, the name of the actual game is Sonic Utopia, but I think that's the level that they actually use, so...
Hey, no, wait, fuck that. We're actually gonna, we're supporting this. Keep going. Sega basically had commented saying, hey, great job. We're not gonna DMCA you for this. For Sonic Utopia. Meanwhile, of course, you got Nintendo, and they're seeing AM2R, and once they see it's fully released, like, no, this is Metroid property. You are using this without our permission, and then cease and desist. Now, honestly, as much as I hate saying that, I can see why Nintendo would choose to do what they did. I'm not saying it's a smart decision by any means. I certainly think it would be better if they were like, hey, you know what? Good job. Maybe even pull another of what Sega's doing and maybe have those guys come on to work with Nintendo at some point to try to, make a game for Metroid, kind of like what's happening with Sonic Mania. But just... They still, unfortunately, do have a right to that property, as much as I cannot stand saying that, because I would love to see more good Metroid games. And
true.
It's really frustrating, honestly.
And see, here's the other thing. Not only is it like keep up the good work and this, that, and the other, but they can use this as some sort of a hiring process. Like that's kind of the way. That's kind of what Sega is kind of doing right now. Yeah. They kind of use folks who do the fan-made games as a means of find out if they want to hire these people or things of that nature. I mean, because see, look, the thing about a fan-made game is that it's made from a fan who knows what they want.
Yep, that's true.
That's exactly what Pokemon.
Yeah, it's made by a fan who knows what they want. And the fan knows what they want, then they're gonna, if they have the ability to make it, they're gonna make it. Simple as that. Okay? And for them to slap a DMCA, and see, I understand what you're talking about in regards to it is their right to do it, but I don't think they should do it so tenaciously. And a lot of times they've done it like very nasty. They were like really nasty about it as well. And
it's not really hard. It's not easy to really get nastier than just cease and desisting them. It's kind of like the nastiest you can really get outside of.
Well, I could have sworn there was a story that I heard a while ago where they actually literally sued someone over it. But I think they were justified in that because I think
that was Flappy Bird. That was Flappy Bird. They sued that in 2014.
Yeah, because they were actually making money off of it. They were selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So. But if it's a free, I mean, was the Metroid game, was that, because see, I never actually played them. Did you have to buy those, or were those free as well?
Yeah, no, you did have to buy the other Metroid games, just like any of other Nintendo's. Most of their stuff, they were just full priced games on either Game Boy Advance, Wii, GameCube, NES.
No, I mean the fan made ones.
Oh, the fan made ones. No. As far as I know, every fan made game I've ever seen has never really charged a price for it unless it's rephrase. Any fan-made game based on an existing property is something that I have never seen be paid for.
Okay.
I've never seen me requiring payment.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So if you're not actually charging people for it, if it's just something that you make, if it's like a passion, then I don't see the reason for them to shut them down like that. But like I said before, I do understand your side of it as well in regards to, because I know you also agree with it. It's not really right for them to do it.
Yeah,
You know,
like
it's not right for them to do it, but they have the right to do it.
It's illegal, but not in my opinion as a fan a good thing.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they really did it outside of just wanting to, not want to have no. Let's stop that train wreck of a sentence and start over again saying that the main reason that I think that why they tried to take down, well, why they did take down AM2R would be because they have the original Metroid 2 on the eShop on the Virtual Console for the Wii U. Maybe
Okay.
The 3DS, or I think it's just the Wii U, and
it may actually drive sales away from that one.
That's probably a good part of it, and the fact that at the time, and honestly, well, not anymore, but at the time they were advertising Metroid Prime Federation Force, which was a more recent quote-unquote Metroid game. I only say quote-unquote because
it had, in my personal opinion, that had nothing to do with Metroid, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, it's mechanics-wise, and outside of just being a first-person shooter with an arm cannon, most of it's not really like a Metroid game much at all.
Yeah.
So, but they were still trying to advertise for that. So having this AM2R thing come around, it's not under their control. It's their property. So they're like, no, we don't want to have this thing come around. And for all we know, there could be people at Nintendo who are like, you know what? Yeah, we were fine with this because AM2R was in development for a long time. The guy was mostly under the radar, but it was still able to be found on the internet. So I wouldn't be surprised if some people somewhere at Nintendo might have seen it, but maybe just not brought it up or something and let them kind of get it out there, because it did get out, and now it's on the internet, even though it's not from its official source anymore. So people can always spread that stuff around.
Yeah. Now, it's not just with the fan-made games as well. I mean, I hate to veer off topic a little bit here, but it's also in regards to Nintendo. It's also happened with certain people doing certain games on YouTube as well.
I mean, Nintendo's policy on YouTube is compared to many other companies, it's really, really bad. Really bad. Most other for gaming companies, a lot of times most game companies are like, hey, we'll take the free advertisement.
Yeah.
Nintendo's like, no, we're gonna take your ad revenue, because clearly what you're doing is solely using our products. And while that's once again true in a bare legal sense, there's still a lot to be said about the content created by the person playing the game.
Yeah. So. And see, I actually kind of applaud a certain other company, Ubisoft, because not only do they they let a lot of YouTubers get a hold of Watch Dogs 2 early, okay? Mm-hmm. And then since the YouTubers, they did their gameplay, their respective gameplays, this, that, and the other, and then Ubisoft reached out to them, got some clips from their playthroughs, and then made another trailer to advertise it. So do you think that maybe Nintendo could do that instead of just shutting people down? Use that to their advantage to create more advertising for themselves rather than just shutting other people down just because they can? In
theory, yes. But in practice, I don't know if they would be really okay with doing that. The main reason being Nintendo is a Kyoto company. Japanese companies already are often, not always, but often steeped in traditional practices. And that often revolves around having a board of directors that is not necessarily very fast to make drastic changes. And Kyoto companies, at least from what I've heard and from the limited amount of research I've done into it, Kyoto companies are the even stronger version of that, where they just change happens very, very slowly. So I think that's probably the source of why Nintendo has kind of ended up being the main target for, hey, why are you doing all this shit wrong?
Because I know in regards to oh crap, I actually forgot what I was about to say because I was just so deep in what you were saying.
I talk way too much. Please, someone else talk more.
Oh, okay, but I understand that in regards to their doing their tradition and things of that nature, because I know there's actually some Japanese companies that they'd be doing the wrong damn traditions. I'm not going to get into that right now, but
it's so bad.
I think you know who I'm talking about, right? Don't you?
Uh-huh.
Konami.
Yeah. The one animator, he got fucked.
Shoot.
And then fucked them over with their new game.
Uh-huh. But
Not even gonna fucking start.
I know, right? But
That's another topic for another video.
Yeah, that's another topic for another day. Let's just move on. But in regards to fan-made games, because we kind of veered off a little bit there. In regards to fan-made games, it gets to the point where a lot of times, and so you know what? It's not even just games. It's fan-made games, and sometimes it's fan-made movies and things of that nature. I mean, I'll give you a prime example. Okay.
All right.
I know all y'all know about that travesty that was Dragon Ball Evolution, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, I know y'all heard about this that short film that someone did a little while ago, Dragon Ball Z: Light of Hope.
Actually, I have not heard of that one, but
Oh my God! Would you get a chance? Look it up. It's a live. Here's the thing. It is a live action Dragon Ball Z movie almost. And here's the thing. And that also goes towards this thing here with Sonic Utopia. Sonic Utopia is made by 4 dudes. Okay?
4 dudes.
4 guys. 4 guys made this Sonic Utopia game. And from what I've seen on the map,
we're talking about Dragon Ball Z: Light of Hope going back into fan games and the fact that Sonic Utopia was made by 4 dudes.
Okay. That was made by 4 people, and like I told Cosmic earlier, the map that they have in this game, because like Andrethyst, you said that you haven't played this yet, right?
Correct.
You haven't played it. Okay. The map that they have created on this game, I told him was about, in my personal opinion, it's about 45% the size of Skyrim.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not like super duper huge map, but
that's still pretty fucking large.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's, and like I told him, I have yet to play the game the same way for the 5 times that I've played it since I've gotten it, and that was like a day and a half ago. Oh yeah, well yeah. Well, I feel we're gonna be cutting some stuff out anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, it's that big, and I have yet to take the same path twice since I've actually started playing the game.
All right, so how does that link into their state as a fan game? Like, yes, that certainly is a lot of good work, for sure.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I have played almost every Sonic game that has come out, except for Black Knight. And out of all of them that I have played, even the originals, I like this one better than all of them combined.
Sounds like they did a good job then. Certainly
yes, they did a very good job. So here's the thing. The fact that I, like I said before, where Sega is actually using this in regards to like scouting new talent, I think that's a very good thing, and I also believe that's something that Nintendo needs to be doing as well. Because, like I said, I saw that Pokemon Uranium that they did, and it actually looked pretty good. It was an entirely different roster, no originals, was it?
You mean all
Pokemon Uranium?
No prior Pokemon.
No priors.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all original. It was all off the top of these people's heads.
I believe that was the case. I don't know a whole ton about Uranium, but I did hear about it.
Yeah. So that's a whole 100. That's a whole 150 Pokemon, and it was just, and the fact they had the ability to do that. I mean, entirely different region, all new Pokemon, a whole new Pokemon class. They did all that. And that was probably a small team as well. So imagine, and see, these are small teams with limited resources. Imagine if they had all the resources and a full squad and all the technology at their disposal. Imagine how good these games would actually be.
they probably could do really well. Another thing they could do is they could try to have like they could grant fan licenses or something like that. They could try to license out their property for use within a certain limit.
Okay.
Then used for such games or other such products.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that's one way to do it as well. Okay, I could see them. I could see them trying that. But the question is, would they be willing to?
That is always the problem.
That is the question right there. Would they be willing to? And personally, I don't think they are. Especially not Nintendo. Sega probably.
Yeah.
But
no, Nintendo. They'd be ages before they would do something like that.
And see, I may be wrong in this, but I didn't really see stuff like this really happening until Iwata started getting sick.
I think that might be a bit of a reach in terms of finding a strict connection there.
But, well, you know, because, I mean, there was, if I recall correctly, I think there was a bunch of YouTube videos all over the place in regards to, like, Nintendo videos and whatnot. It wasn't until around that time, then all of a sudden, these DCMA stuff started dropping.
DMCA? But yeah.
DMCA, I'm sorry, I just got them letters all switched around. That's how much I hate them. But that's just how I feel about it. Now, it could be reaching out. It might be, you know, just me trying to file excuse because, you know, but
a fan wants more content.
Yeah, simple as that. And if then in certain fan cases, if they can't get it from the developers, if they have the ability to do it, they'll do it themselves.
Yep, that was kind of what it's ended up being.
Yeah, they'll just do it themselves. They'll just throw it out there themselves. So, you know, well, this video has been kind of stretched out a little long. So, any last remarks from either of you guys?
Nope.
Nintendo really should try to work on, you know, changing those fucking practices, but I never really expect them to. I'd certainly like them to, but I don't expect it to get anywhere.
You're not holding your breath.
No. I'm holding my breath for the Switch, but I'm not holding my breath for fan games. Don't try.
Yeah, I saw the Switch. That's actually pretty interesting. But
don't start on that now.
Yeah, we'll say that for another time maybe. Okay. So anyway, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and conclude this right here. I want to thank y'all for joining me in Strykir Game Time. This was Cosmic Honor Badger and Andrethyst.
Yep.
Andrethyst, do you have a YouTube channel?
No, actually I don't, because I don't really make YouTube videos much.
Okay.
I do gaming
you
and game
stream.
development, so.
And you stream every now and then.
If by every now and then you mean like more than 6 months ago, but it might.
Okay, well, all right. Well, you know what? I'll put Cosmic Honor Badger's link in the description down below. Cosmic, you need to get back on that, by the way.
And if you want to listen to me talk more, ask Strykir to have me talk more, and I might actually do something.
That's actually not a bad idea. I'll definitely be most likely inviting you back again. So thank you for joining us here for this discussion. I'm your boy Strykir Dark. This is Cosmic Honor Badger and Andrethyst. Until next time, be cool. God bless. Game on.